Whew, have you ever had a goal that was so important to you and you feel like no matter what, you're just being hit with resistance left and right? I'm telling you, the more important the goal is, the more resistance you're gonna feel. And I have 3 simple things that I am actually using right now that are helping me to overcome that resistance and procrastination that is causing me not to want to accomplish my goals. So if you're somebody who struggles with keeping your goals, then please keep watching. Hey, I'm your friend Holly, and I am so excited to be back here with you today talking about actually setting goals and how to actually keep them going. Because I don't know about you all, I'm somebody who has struggled with this for a long time. And I love being comfortable, like most people do. When you get into that comfort zone, that is what is going to take you down. And setting goals is step 1 in getting yourself out of your comfort zone, but also it's the biggest thing that'll detract you too, because your comfort zone is where it's comfortable, but no growth happens there. And so I've broken it down into 3 simple, I said simple, not easy, 3 simple things that you can do that will help you to at least overcome those goals should you choose to put these into practice. Step number 1 is actually identifying what your goal is and being realistic about it. Now, I do think that breaking a big goal down into smaller steps is the key to success, because a lot of the times what I've found in my own personal life is that if I set a goal that's really grandiose, it can be very, very overwhelming and I feel like I don't want to do it. But when I have small steps that get me to that goal, it's a lot easier to achieve. So here's my big goal. This is what I'm going after. And we're gonna talk about the steps that you can break down that'll help get you to your big goal. So my big goal is I want to monetize my channel by Christmas of this year, 2024. That is my big goal, because I started my channel back in June, but in true Holly fashion, what I've noticed is I like to bite off more than I can chew, and then I get overwhelmed and then I shut down, and then I don't go after any of my goals at all. And that's frustrating for me, but this is a big deal to me, as is my other project, that the 2 are gonna go hand in hand. So once you know what your big goal is, that's step number 1. Now that you know your big goal, what you want to do with that big goal is you want to write it down somewhere where you can see it every single day. So for example, for myself, I have my big goal of monetizing my channel by December 25th, 2024, written on my bathroom mirror. Now, that can be something for you that you can do as well. I just have a dry erase marker in there, and any thoughts that I have, I write down on my mirror. It's really funny, but that goal is always there. I see it every single day as a reminder that this is something that's really important for me, and this is how, or this is when I want to achieve that goal. So that visual reminder. Now, whether you put it on a Post-it note and you put it in your bathroom mirror, you hang it on your rear view mirror in your car, you put it in your coffee pot, I don't care what it is that your goal is, just have a visual reminder to keep it front and center of your life. Step number 2, now that you have your goal in mind, how are you gonna get there? This is where the planning and action happens. I am a big proponent of planning it out and saying, okay, here is my big goal. What are those action steps that I'm gonna take to get there? So what I do know about monetizing my YouTube channel is that I have to have at least 1,000 subscribers and I have to have at least 4,000 watch hours. I'm not quite there yet. I'll put a quick snippet on the screen up here so you can see, it's gonna be up here rather, that you can see where I'm at, but I have a little ways to go. But that doesn't mean that my goal is not achievable. But what I do also know is that I've gotta be consistent in posting content. This is what's really held me back, because like I mentioned earlier, I have other things that I like to tackle all at the same time while working a full-time job that has prevented me from moving forward on my goal. And so now that I know how am I gonna get there, I've got to post at least once a week, and I've got to post consistently to get those watch hours, and I should be improving as I post as well. Now, in sharing that, how does that look? Well, I am going to create this weekend. So today is August 29th of 2024. I plan on writing down for the next 90 days, what is it that the content is that I want to film? And Saturdays is going to be my filming and editing day. Now, it is not an option for me not to post. So this is where that third piece comes to play, which is accountability. Okay, that's step number 3, is having accountability. And I'm not talking about someone else holding you accountable. I'm talking about you having the desire and the will to hold yourself accountable, because everything that happens with you when it comes to resistance and having these goals in mind really stem from up here. And you're the one who knows whether or not you're actually achieving their goals or you're not. And so that's why you have to hold yourself accountable when it comes to achieving these goals. Because if you plan it out, then there's no reason why you can't. And again, it takes small steps to get to that big goal. It's about consistency to get to where you want to be. Now, I don't think that it's unrealistic for me to be able to post every single week. Okay, I have at least 2 days off during the week. And something else I did, because something that derails me frequently if I am not careful, is my social media usage. So I just decided this morning that I was going to delete my Instagram app, because I will doom scroll like no one's business. And then when I realize it's been like an hour of my time, I'm like, Holly, you just wasted a complete hour of your time where you could have been working on something that's really important to you, because Instagram and looking at other people are not serving you in this moment. And that's why it's important to understand, okay, from an accountability standpoint, what is it that you have to do to keep yourself on track? And maybe that means during the week that you plan out your waking hours. Now, some of you may not like to plan. There's a great leader, his name is Marvin Ellison, that has this great quote that says, if you don't know where you're headed, any road will take you there. And that's why planning is so important. That's why at least being somewhat consistent is important, because everybody who is monetizing channels, people who are consistent and losing weight and meeting their goals, people who make it a priority regardless of what's going on, are the ones who actually achieve their goals. Because there's this book that I read around accountability that really hit me like a ton of bricks, and it's called The War of Art. And he talks about how procrastination and resistance are the 2 biggest things that are always going to take you down. And you see, we can make excuses all day long as to why we can't accomplish these goals, but the truth is, the biggest person that's getting in your way is looking right back in the mirror. And that's for me. I'll speak for myself when I say that. And I'm sure many of you are that way as well. And so I encourage you all today, if you have a goal in mind and you aren't sure where to start, first just write it down. Write down that goal. Again, put it in a place where you can see it. Step number 2, plan it out. What does it look like? How are you actually going to get to that goal? And last but not least, how are you going to hold yourself accountable when you don't meet your goal? I'm not talking about beating yourself up. I'm talking about accountability in a way that's going to keep that momentum going so you can achieve your goal. So I look forward to taking you all along this journey with me as I am on my goal of monetizing this channel. I can't wait to share with you all how we continue to grow together. I thank you so much for your time, and I will see you in my next video. Take care, everybody.